Hi, Shelby Long here, Senior Vice President of the Strategic Advisor Board and CEO of Business Dynamics. I'm here all week as your local communication expert to give you some tips on how to align your communication skills, become a better leader in your workplace, make sure that your business is running at the most highest efficiency that it can, and also have a pleasing culture. This week I'm talking all about how leaders can adapt to their different communication dynamics in the workplace. It's no surprise that not everybody communicates the same, and we all have different ways that we communicate, different ways that messages resonate with our audience, and we have to think about those things as a leader to not only increase our emotional intelligence as a leader, but to be heard and to create an influence and to create an impact. Earlier in the week, I talked about how just things, being aware of our nonverbal communication skills, that just small thing can make a big impact on how we communicate with our employees and how we communicate with our colleagues. It makes a big difference in how we communicate. Same thing with having an awareness of communication style differences and even differences in gender communication. Those are all really important things to think about as leaders and adapting our communication style to whatever audience that we are speaking to. It'll make our communication more effective. It will make our ideas resonate, and you'll make more of an influence. It's just like marketing, right? That you have to figure out the best way to connect with your ideal clients or your target market. What's the best messaging to do that? What's the best way that we can impact them and persuade them? It's the same ideas when we become a more empathetic leader and a more influential leader, and that is a big change that we have to think about. Today I'm going to talk about how understanding differences in generations and the way that generational gap in communication can really make a difference in how you align your practices so everybody is on the same page. Just an example, the millennial generation is much more technology savvy than the baby boomer generation that is, and those two generations are the majority of the people that are in charge and working in our businesses now. And then Generation Z is starting to emerge into our businesses. They have different communication styles too. But because the baby boomers didn't grow up with technology, didn't grow up with a phone in their hands, not used to, or it took the baby boomer generation a little bit longer to adapt to all of those things, then it just speaks to a different communication style and a different expectation that we have about communication. And there are differences in the way that they manage. A baby boomer manages a business way differently than a millennial does. It's just the different styles in communication and the different expectations that we have because technology has made such a big difference in how we communicate. There's ways same thing with Generation Z. All different generations communicate in a different way. And the first important thing to understand is that we can't have expectations about how people communicate or that they are aware about technology, because they might not be aware about technology or might not be aware about a certain thing. So just to make sure that everybody is on the same page, and as a leader that you have this comprehensive baseline to make sure that everybody knows what channel they're using for communication and everybody is aware of how they're going to use that communication and when they will use that communication. Just having that baseline and those expectations are key first so you can reduce miscommunication in your business. People from different generations communicate in different ways. I'm more the Generation Y who didn't grow up with technology, but I was forced to adapt to it very, very quickly because it so quickly became a part of our daily lives. And even the people that are in Generation Z now, I have a lot of students that are there that are using platforms and communication style that I am not aware of. As a leader, it's important to be aware of those communication styles and make sure that everybody's on the same page. I'm here all week talking about communications tips to help you align your business practices. You can always reach out, shelbyjolong.com. Talk about how to make a difference in the culture of your business. See you tomorrow.